Hey, 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 goodbye. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Hey, 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 goodbye.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a very special episode of OverTakes. Today, we're going to discuss how Runaway learned a very valuable life lesson. You are expendable. Alright, guys. So, welcome back to OverTakes. This is Misfit.
I'm Kel.
And, just a little fun there in the beginning. Because it was fitting. It was the end of an era. And
obviously, the worst kept secret in Overwatch for probably the past 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Is when these rumors really started to come to light. But even before that, there was rumblings. So it's finally here.
It is. But so today we're gonna be talking about our week 14 preview. We're at the halfway mark, sort of. Ish. We're going to talk, big matches of the week, hero pool, all that kind of stuff. And obviously, right now, the biggest elephant in the room, or Sasquatch, or whatever that fucking logo is. Vancouver today finally dropped the hammer publicly. They haven't announced who they're going to replace them with, but the word going around is Second Wind. But they tweeted out, a letter to their fans, and obviously everybody. And I don't know about you, but reading it, I found it hilarious that all of these players voluntarily left, and then we had to cut Fissure.
Yeah, it was a mutual parting of ways with all these players, but we cut Fissure.
Yeah, because Fissure Hugh Jacksoned it.
Right.
Get the fuck out of my office.
Get the fuck out of my office. Hugh, it's not your office anymore.
Fissure, not your office anymore. Now, I am gonna preface this with a weird I feel bad for Jae Hong and for Fissure buying in to going there.
Yes.
I think, and I don't say these things about Fissure, I think he got kind of a raw deal.
He did. I don't think really any of this was... This was just terrible luck for him. Straight up.
And it was piss poor management on... the whole thing is just clouded
it's a bad
with
look
bullshit.
All around. It's a bad look for the Vancouver Titans as an organization. It's a bad look for the players as professionals and how they handled this whole situation as well. No one looks good in this right now.
Yeah. I believe Howler tweeted out, so another for another first for the Overwatch League. We had the only 0-40 team, and now we got the only whole team ever to get cut. I'm paraphrasing, but I thought that was the best tweet I've seen all week.
He is not wrong.
No. So, yay Overwatch League. We've cut a whole team and, and lost their MVP all in the same, in about a 10-day span.
Yeah, and and not to mention that this team was the runner-up in the finals last year.
Yeah. This is a whole bad look. I mean, we kind of are joking about it, but, it's just not great. It's not good optics.
No.
And it's fodder for breakfast sandwich, and all of the other Overwatch League is fucked. Overwatch League is dead people.
And the worst part is it's really not the league's fault. it seems like this was all an issue with. This was an internal issue that had started a long time ago, and it just was poorly handled by management of Vancouver. Then everything got a lot worse with the pandemic, and that's where, because like their official story, there is so many holes in this. Like,
well, I mean, we did say, well, they're going to spin it some other way.
And they barely spinned it. They're just like, well, they went home and we found it to be really hard to communicate with everybody while they were over there, and we just couldn't get it to work, so everyone's gone. What? Like, that is not a reason to cut your entire team. Like,
no.
Absolutely preposterous that is that's the only reason.
That's
like,
your solution.
I'm so there's gotta be there's definitely more to this story, and I want to know when we're gonna find out.
Please, all of you insider slasher-y, Halo-y people, Halo of thoughts, do some digging, please. I want to get down to I want to see this, because the players aren't saying anything, and the management's kind of doing the spin doctor. Well, it was, all of the buzzwordy bullshit things when you change, when you
cut big names or you change your organization, fire your head coach, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we had a difference in opinion. We had difference in opinion doesn't mean firing your whole production staff.
Right.
Essentially, that's it's like a restaurant going in and going, all of you guys are done because you're not gonna. We want to go French classic cuisine, but you guys want to make burgers. I'm just kind of throwing it into something that I can wrap my head around. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, or we're going full vegan, and you're trained in this. Well, you kind of don't like the direction you're going in. Well, there's the door. Bye.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're going to get 4 guys off the street that have eaten vegan food in the last 6 months, and they're going to come in and be our new staff.
We also fired your favorite coworker.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah. The guy, he didn't really do anything. Occasionally he did, but you guys had to help him. You guys had to carry him along the way, but.
And you all loved him, but he's gone. He's gone now. He didn't do anything.
We brought in Gordon Ramsay. That being Fisher, guys.
Yes. Oh God.
Except for Gordon Ramsay doesn't get fired or quit.
No, I would say it's more. Who's the crazy French dude?
Ludo.
Huh?
Ludo.
No, Michelle, I think. Fuck.
Okay, we're diving deep into things that I don't think our audience knows.
Yeah.
Being fanboys of chefs and stuff like that, we're just like throwing names out there. It's almost worse than us saying, Michael Cooper when he was on the Lakers.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so.
Mike Pruitt was a good running back, guys. You don't understand.
So yeah, this whole situation is just a mess. And then the guys looking at it for who they're replacing it with, Second Wind. Again, like we don't really follow that much of Tier 2, so I don't really know that much about these guys. But just looking at their names, like I don't really recognize anybody's names. Not even a guy, because every once in a while you'll hear like, "Oh, this guy in Tier 2 is really good. Why is he not in the league?" Like, and from what I've heard, I think Second Wind is like they're basically like the number 2 North American ranked contenders team.
Okay,
which isn't really saying a whole lot considering there's like 4 teams now.
I was gonna say. They're a middling team. Well, the only guy that everyone should know is Halo. Hello, I'm Halo. I believe that's Halo on Boston, right?
Is
Correct?
it? Oh yeah, he was the yeah. He's on Boston now.
And now he's on a team worse than his contenders team.
Yeah. Oof. And he doesn't even get to play with those guys anymore.
He's probably going, I could have been on the Titans.
Right.
But now I'm on the Uprising.
I mean, is there really, right now, does either team look like a team you'd want to be playing for?
No, not really. Well, I'd rather be playing with my guys on a team than playing with a bunch of morons and Myeongbong.
True.
We have these guys and this guy Myeongbong. You're going to make sure he carries us to, like, not getting swept every time.
Yeah.
Who
Or at
knows
least
what's
not
gonna
losing
happen?
every team fight.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Vancouver, though? I mean, now this is wild speculation right now from me, but I mean, we all thought the Valiant were going to be dog shit.
Yeah.
And they were a bunch of misfit guys that had no synergy with each other. At least these guys know how they play, how to play with each other. So you kind of got that. I'm trying to spin it a little positive for the Vancouver guys out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a possibility that they could be good. I mean, I think they can be better than Boston. So, and I know I've seen a lot of analysts and multiple higher up people say that there are contenders teams that are better than some Overwatch League teams. So
who knows? It could be. I mean, they're basically that T-shirt that floats around where we live. The Cleveland. At least we're not Detroit.
Yeah.
Vancouver. We're better than Boston.
Yes. Pretty much.
Hey, they could be better than Washington right now too. So I mean, there's at least two. They could finish in at 17. Or 18. I mean,
yeah, we'll see. I mean, so really the big speculation is,
where are these guys going?
Where do they go? Yeah. Like, and then also,
do they?
I know, yeah, do they? Like, are there guys that are going to keep playing? Are there guys that are going to just call it a day and go play a different game? How's that all going to play out? Like, and then are there guys that can't because of wording in their contract?
Well, if they cut them, they probably ended their contract since they get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I would imagine that's the case.
As a Mayhem fan, Ben, hi, I'm talking to you directly. If you're watching this, for the love of God, sign Slime.
Yeah. I can't imagine there's
Slime.
Really any teams besides probably Philly that wouldn't want Slime.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would go Houston at this point too, and Paris. Jemsei is a good carry for them.
The one caveat with that, because I do agree that Jexay Jexay is mostly a.
I think it's
like he doesn't get play time at any other position other than Lucio. Is the one knock against Jexay.
Yeah.
So I think even Houston should take a look at him.
Yeah, if you're not taking a look at him, I mean, so if you're New York, do you look at anybody on there?
Oh my God! Can you imagine Slime paired with
Animo's?
Like
really
Animo's good, but he's not Slime.
No.
Can you imagine him with Jonak?
Slime
Good
and
Lord.
Jonak. Oof, man. What about Soul?
Oh,
you just say, fuck it. You know what? We're gonna sign Haxall, and we're gonna have a backline of Prophet and Haxall. Try and stop that.
I think Soul goes for. I think
maybe
Soul
they go for Slime or Twilight.
I think what Soul really needs is Janu.
Yeah.
That is, if Soul's going to go for anybody, it should be Janu. Because that team desperately needs a new off tank.
But yeah. But you even have guys
maybe a new main tank.
Yeah.
Fissures.
his triumphant return.
Oh,
God. You know, Fisher, honestly, with Fisher, he might be like, fuck the bullshit in this league. I'm just done.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I made a concerted effort to be a team player, and this team fucked me. Fuck these people. I'm out.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, and I wouldn't blame him at this point.
I couldn't either.
Guangzhou and Hangzhou are candidates to take some of these guys, too.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I don't... Obviously, Shanghai doesn't need anybody. I mean, did they go Fisher?
But at the same time, I wouldn't blame them for taking a look at it, at anybody, too, because why not? If you can... Even if you have a...
If you threw Twilight on that team...
If you can take somebody and add them in that's going to improve your roster, do it.
If you can throw...
I think Twilight's probably the most likely. I mean, at least where it would actually be a full upgrade.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Unless they're going to do the package deal bullshit again.
Right.
Which
I don't know. It seems like they kind of are all...
Well, and honestly, let's throw this out there. Guangzhou has visa issues with their support line.
Mm-hmm.
Do they go for Slime and Twilight? Well, because Neptuno's got the whole visa issue where he had to go back to Spain, and with the way things are right now, are they going to be able to get him back? I mean, that's a good landing spot for Slime.
There's definitely, there's a distinct possibility that this could be. I mean, any team that picks up just about any of these guys, is going to make a dramatic improvement.
I mean, Atlanta, did they pick up Twilight?
They should. They absolutely, like, if I was Atlanta, I'd be on the phone or in the emails, in DMs, whatever
or
you got to do to be. Oh yeah, I mean, but I think the biggest thing that would help them is if they picked up Twilight would be a massive upgrade for them. Yeah, because Dogman is just not living up to what he needs to be right now, and Twilight is just—he's a god.
You have someone who's very good, and then you have a god.
Yeah.
There are very few teams that are going to try and not try and pick up Twilight. I think, especially with how important the flex support is right now. Mm-hmm. And it's truly flexing. It's not just you're playing Zenyatta or Anna. You have to play Moira. You have to play Baptiste. You have to play like 4 to 5 different heroes at a very high level. And there are some guys that have 1 or 2 guys that are, good. There are very few Jonaks in the league. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
Like Houston. Do you put him on Houston?
Oh my God, that would be.
I mean, don't forget, Harsha's there.
Yep. Oh, I'll be honestly, I will be really surprised if Houston doesn't pick up at least one of these players.
Yeah,
I think they'd be foolish not to.
Yeah, I do as well. I mean, they got Repel. Repel's decent, but if you can upgrade to Twilight, you have Twilight and Repel and Estelle Raucus. Thanks a lot. I mean, we can go on for days on how this goes.
Yeah.
But there's. Like,
I think I'm wondering if we see some of these, and then maybe some of the guys like switch off and go somewhere else. Like, I don't know. It could be.
I mean, they could go Valorant. They could just retire from just the esports in general, but. Who knows? I mean, some of these guys, they have enough in them, like in their internal like being to be like, you know what? Fuck these people. I want to play on a team that plays them, and I want to own them for the rest of my life.
Yes.
That just that competitor mentality. They have that. A lot of those guys. I mean, some people might just be disgruntled with the whole way things shook down and they don't want to play with anyone else but those guys. But there's a couple of them that are going to be like, no. I'm making sure this ends badly for Vancouver. Besides Fisher.
I can't imagine that would be that wouldn't be something that a lot of these guys would be aiming for at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? We might even see one or two of these guys go to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant it.
Hey, The only guy they don't need is Janu.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
yeah,
I would honestly, I would say as good as Moth and Violet, and I would absolutely take Slime and Twilight over those guys.
Yeah.
Really, the only guy I would not replace. I would say Troy Hoban is not replaceable.
Yeah, I don't think they need any more DPS. I mean, Haxel go.
Why not? The rich get richer.
Yeah,
it would like basically the equivalent of that would also be if Haxel went to freaking Shanghai.
Oof. That would be.
But at the same time, like that would be such a log jam. I don't think Shanghai would even bother.
No, I think there's certain teams like they're set. Like now, if you put Haxel, say, or not even like Stitch or one of those guys, Seoman Sue, you threw them on Florida.
Oh yeah,
because I think you're set with Yaki.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I mean, BQB's really good. So you throw in one of the hit scan guys, kind of like Stitch or Seoman Sue on Florida, and Slime.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
They're like oddly enough, I think they're number 6 in the rankings. Thanks, Boston. For the tournament, they're like 6th seed. Or 7.
Crazy.
Yeah. But, I mean, believe me, those guys' phones are fucking ringing.
Oh, absolutely.
The ones that are looking for a team. And there's a couple of people that are going to pick up some gems.
For sure.
You know, I mean, there's going to be teams that you're going to go, whoa, that's an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe they all go to Boston. Yeah. Boston doesn't want to pay that.
Exactly.
They
it's
can't.
Just not even going to happen.
All right, guys. So we talked enough about Vancouver. So let's move into. All right. So we got our hero. We got our hero pool for the week.
So yeah, we have Ryan. For tank, we have Reinhardt. For support, we have Brigitte. For DPS, we have Ash and Reaper.
I think it's going to be
this week.
An interesting week.
Yeah, that's a lot of. I wouldn't say. I mean, for like Ryan is a key in a few different comps, and then.
But last week we didn't really see him. Once Echo came in, everyone was like, "Yay, dive!"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was played a lot enough. You know what I mean? But
right, but not as much. There was definitely a significant increase in dive. Like it wasn't where like literally Ryan was. I think at the last point he had like a 75% pick rate.
Yeah,
I think this time he had like a 45 or something 40, like that.
45 somewhere in there,
which is still pretty significant considering there's only 2 tanks.
Yeah,
but yeah, he did get picked quite a bit, so I think we'll see probably some. I think we'll see some dive, but I think in the flip side, I think we'll see some double shield and kind of some back and forth on that. And
yeah, I think we're going to see teams trying to play what they're comfortable with.
Yes,
like Atlanta is going to probably run double shield. Houston will run dive. Toronto will run dive, but this time do it with Logics and Surefour.
Yes, please, for the love of God. Just play Logics.
Yeah. Can we get that shirt now? Thanks,
please
Mr. Logics. Please play Logics.
Yeah.
Is it like the hashtag play Fraggy?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, and I hate being mean to agilities. God damn it, that kid is so awesome. He shaved his head. He was like, oh, fuck. But he's a good dude. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
But right now, this meta, if you're running Tracer and you're running Echo, run your 2 best guys.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, So yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of back and forth on different comps. Soul, who knows what they're going to run? If anything, they just might yeet out there with who knows what.
Yeah,
I don't know what happens. There's something in the water when they go to that region where it's just like, yeah, fuck it, we're just going to play something.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know exactly what we're gonna see a lot of. Bob. So if you haven't checked it out yet, guys, I was a guest on the OWL recap show. Check it
Definitely
out on YouTube. They always put the VOD up there, and
it's
one
a
of the
good
things
show. Even otherwise, but it was a really good one last night.
Blaze and Bob brought up a point of I really want to see Farah, Mercy, Echo dive. Just one team to play that at one point.
What do we call that?
I don't
Blue
even
Angels?
know. Yeah. Especially if like New York or Guangzhou does it.
Dallas. If Dallas does God damn it, it's the Blue Angels.
Yes. Make it happen.
Make it happen. You could call it death from above. You could call it whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I think there could be a lot of fun with that. I don't know if we'll actually see something like that. I feel like we're probably going to see... I think we'll definitely see a lot of McCree paired with Echo just because...
protection
protection, and McCree's a good way to stop the other team's Echo.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see a lot of that, but like if you start getting too divey, like McCree might not really fit in with that. So there's definitely a lot of
there's room for. I think it might be Widow if you're playing against one of those comps too.
Mm-hmm. I really think it might be kind of map by map situational on who's going to get paired with who in that. So let's dive into some of the games that we're going to see this week. Starting off, we have Shanghai Seoul rematch. Basically, I'm just hoping that Seoul shows any sign of life.
Yeah. I want to see something. Just give me something, Seoul.
Yeah.
All the stuff that Sideshow was saying is coming to fruition. They're waiting for guys to pop off.
Mm-hmm.
It's that NBA team that's not quite there,
right?
That has the guy. We'll just give the ball to him.
It's those
80s Bulls teams, those early 2000s,
early LeBron teams for the Cavs.
Yeah.
When it's just like, well, we're just gonna stand around and watch this guy win us a game.
Yeah, if you're a football guy, and I'm a Broncos fan, it was what Denver used to do with Elway.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, we're not doing anything. You have to do something. It's the fourth quarter. Go do what you do. We had a game plan, but no.
Right.
It seems like they do that. It's like, okay, Fitz or Profit, one of you guys has to go ham.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't translate all the time. When your tank is feeding and, you have no, they're not opening up any space.
Yeah.
It's just, and, your other tank is a main tank playing off tank, but they finally brought Michelle in. But it's still like this whole, what the fuck is going on? And Shanghai is the most together team in the league right now. I think Moon finally found his perfect roster.
Yeah, I agree.
They're versatile. They're, there's young guys he can teach. It's kind of that Bill and Check thing. He was okay in Cleveland. Then he got to the Patriots. He learned some stuff along the way.
Well, he was really good that final year, and then Art Modell fucked everything over. That's not... I mean, he had a couple of mediocre seasons, but when they were finally starting to be really good and really start to turn that corner...
Yeah. They got fucked.
It all went to crap.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's kind of
I know what you're trying to say with that.
I'm getting that he was good enough in Cleveland, but when he got to the Patriots, he learned. Well, he also took a couple of years and was doing stuff with Parcells or whatever the hell he was doing. But I mean, esports years, the 2 months that he wasn't employed, it's a lifetime.
Right.
So it's that length of time. But what I'm getting at is he has the perfect roster for what he wants to get done. And it's kind of frightening. And they have a rookie main tank in Stan 1, and he's looking really good. Void, had mixed reviews when he was on the Gladiators. He comes in doing a fantastic job. They're just across the board. He's got them playing really well. And
agreed.
Right now, coaching matters in this league.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't give a fuck what anyone says. And the teams with the good coaches are the teams that are winning. Minus teams that don't have players.
Yeah.
Or coaches. Or GMs.
Or really, yeah. Yep.
Anyway.
Or Boston.
Or Boston, who has all of them and just kind of meh.
Yeah.
We're here.
They are showing up.
Yeah. Anyway.
Physically.
The Dragons are the late 70s Buccaneers. Look up your football history, guys. Worst to first. They lost in the NFL, I think they lost 18 games in a row. In 1976 and 77. 1979, they went to the playoffs. And they were a rainstormed, shitty championship game away from going to the Super Bowl to play the Steelers.
Yeah, let's move on to... we finally get to see, in the next game, we get to see London for the first time in what feels like...
A year?
The first time this season at this point.
Yeah.
I mean...
I
think at this point you could tell me the players on London's roster, and I'd still be like, who?
Yeah.
That's how little of an impact they've made so far.
Yeah.
And then also just how long it's been since we've seen them.
They have a couple of good guys. I mean, Glister is good. Bernard on off tank has been did pretty well. But yeah, I mean, the last time we saw them was at a homestand, wasn't it? Maybe one of the last Washington one?
Yeah, I believe so.
And that was in March.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of May. Well, they also had the logistical shit where they were, trying to figure out where...
they went back to Korea, or they sent the whole team to Korea, and that's where they are right now, so they had to do the whole thing of quarantining everybody for a couple of weeks and all of that.
Adjust the schedule and all that, and it just got weird. This is going to be an interesting match. I don't know what to think of it. I mean, I don't really remember anything London's done.
Right.
Chengdu is kind of weird right now. They're trying to play meta. It's not working. When they do their Chengdu stuff, it's good. They're good at throwing people for a loop. But, London might not give a fuck.
Yeah, they might not.
Sometimes teams that are on the same level or worse than a team that does wacky stuff, they just kind of are like, they're so dumb to what's going on that it doesn't matter.
Right.
Where other teams are trying to counter it and trying to figure out what they do when they do this, they're just like, well, we haven't played in a month and a half. Let's just go in there and play and see what happens. They might beat them.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's definitely a possibility. I'm just interested to see how it all goes, and just it'll be fun to finally see a team we haven't seen in a long time play again.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the next game that we wanted to talk about, because the next game is going to be Guangzhou, New York, and we pretty much know how that's going to go. But the next one we really want to talk about is Paris and the Gladiators, and this game is getting a little more interesting with the emergence of a fielder for Paris, and then on top of that, it's looking like a stronger possibility as the days go on that we might see the return of Xe.
And that's huge for this team.
Yes.
Absolutely massive. Because they are okay with Nico and Soon. But you put Xe in there, and they're a totally different team.
Yes.
They got to carry on DPS because their tank line's okay. I worry about them this week, though, without Reinhardt being in there with Ben Best, which I'm assuming they're not going to play him. They're going to play No Smite instead.
Mm-hmm.
Adding Fielder into their support line is massive because FD God's great.
He is.
And if Fielder can keep doing what he does on 200 ping.
Yeah, imagine what he's going to be like when he's at least got a slightly better connection.
Yeah.
Even if he's still on that, I mean, he proved that he can overcome that. So
yeah,
good on him. I'm really excited to see what he does. And I think this is a good opportunity to kind of show where they're at this point. But then also, I think this is a good opportunity for the Gladiators to
show that they're good.
Yes, because if the Gladiators come out and they dominate, I think that elevates them to being a top 5 team.
Yeah, because they looked really good against Toronto. I mean, yeah, they lost that control map, but
yeah, and it was Toronto, so there's only so much you can take about that. But I think Paris is one of those teams where they're a team that's on the rise. And if you're an already really good team and you can squash that kind of thing, I think that really helps. That boosts your confidence and elevates your standing. I feel like. Yeah,
and I think right now they're solid across the board. Where we had questions with their DPS, I don't have questions anymore. Mirror and Birdring are really good. They're better than actually people are. Yeah, people are saying, well, Birdring's like coming back and this and that, but across the board, they're solid with Mirror and Birdring. Even I think they're kind of underrated at this point, and we'll get to that on our pick show. That'll be up on Friday. There's some juicy things going on there.
Yes.
But we're going to talk about one more match on Saturday. The last one, just because we've been talking about them. But Vancouver makes I wouldn't call it triumphant. They crawl back into the match with a bunch of recruits.
Yeah.
So
they
if you play RTS games, they're level 1 fucking infantry, friend.
Right, like their base got blown up.
Yep.
But like basically they had just their mothership survived.
Yeah.
And they are rebuilding everything because everything else got decimated. Somebody came in and saved just enough that they didn't get completely obliterated from the game.
Yeah.
But now they have to rebuild everything that they built up to this point.
Luckily, they're playing a team that doesn't know how to play the game, and they have level 2 fucking troops.
Right.
except for they have that one fucking OP unit.
Yes.
They have the one OP unit that they're hoping just survives.
They're playing Protoss, and they built one cruiser, and that's it. And they're just riding that one cruiser as hard as they can.
with we just turned this into an RTS. That's awesome. But yeah, I think they could beat Washington with to me now, Washington, they're, as a Mayhem fan, they're Season 2 Mayhem right now.
Mm-hmm. They
have a bunch of hot garbage, and they have Corey, who's like Saya player. But I guess they have a support line, though, with Ark and Aimgod. They've made Ark look terrible, though. I don't know, how do you do that? But do you see where I'm going? It's kind of they should be better, but realistically, if you look at it, they have one guy. Like we were saying, they have the Protoss cruiser in Corey, but luckily they're back, and the meta kind of favors his hero pool.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they have anyone who's grinding. Maybe Tuba playing the Echo.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe Stratus. I don't know. It just their tank line is just hot garbage, and it just it makes this team infinitely worse. And Stratus is meh. We don't know if Vancouver's going to run, but I'm almost thinking it's going to be better.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
I mean, honestly, they can't be worse than the last game that they played. Because, my God, were they just hot garbage.
They were throwing.
They were absolutely throwing.
I will stand by that. They were soft throwing, not hard jumping off the map with Torbjorn throwing.
Mm-hmm.
They were not invested in the least bit.
Yeah.
These guys might be hungry and ready, all right, we're getting our shot. Let's go. And they have synergy because they're allegedly, we talked about it earlier, they're taking second win, which is a whole team. This is their second go at that. Let's see how that goes. But it could be better. It's just going to be an interesting watch. This could be the fiesta of the week. There's no lies here.
Yeah, it really could be.
Let's move on to Sunday.
Yes.
We're not going to talk about Valiant Boston because that's not worth it.
No.
Talking about Boston right now, and why bother?
Yeah.
It's like talking about Shanghai in season 1. We used to do the joke. Remember, we used to do the joke. We used to do are they going to do it? No. Okay, no. Next match.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely not going to do it against the Valiant.
Yeah.
And then the next game is Hangzhou Shanghai. There's really not much to discuss there either.
No.
We've seen this matchup 100 times at this point. Then after that, you got London Guangzhou. Again,
London is going to be an interesting matchup. Guangzhou should win that.
But yeah, Guangzhou should win this game. But then the first North American game that we get of the day, Dallas and Philly, that game could be
fun.
Really, really fascinating.
Yeah. I think this game is going to be better than people think.
I agree.
I think it's going to be a fun, fascinating watch to see what happens because Dallas is the don't give a fuck about your hard counter.
Mm-hmm.
And their hard counter for Philly is going to be, Carpe potentially playing McCree and or Widow
right
into their dive. But the thing I like about that Echo dive is that it's a frenetic pace, and trying to set up for shots and stuff like that is hard.
Mm-hmm.
You have a Tracer running around, you have Echo flying around with the sticky bombs, and that beam thing is so absolutely deadly.
It really is.
If someone gets one shot on somebody, you can literally burn them down. Like if you play, something I haven't seen is a Hanzo Echo kind of pairing. You get like a Storm Arrow thing off into a tank or, a couple of them, and she just flies in, they're done.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the most fun match we see all weekend.
Yeah,
one of them.
Agreed.
It's going to be absolutely... Because Dallas is one of the more fun teams to watch right now. I'm not going to lie. And if you have them playing dive, harassing people, you forget how good he is at that. And just eliminating one... you go take care of their ex. Note is so good at that.
Mm-hmm.
On Diva.
He is. Yeah,
but Philly's the second best team in the league.
Right. Possibly, I would say it's like 1A, 1B with Philly and Shanghai until they play each other. Yeah,
exactly. So this is going to be probably the more fun one. The next match, definitely no.
Oh, God. Yeah, this is going to be...
This is going to be a speed run.
Yeah.
We've had one week, one every week for the last 2 weeks, so why not make it a third?
Exactly. And then the last match could be a clown fiesta, but I think your boys are probably going to roll.
Yeah, they're looking good, but we're getting lucky with the schedule. I am not going to lie.
Yeah,
and Houston fans need to shut up. Okay? Oh, we had to play San Francisco. We had to play Atlanta, New York, and you guys didn't fucking say shit about that when you were getting your head handed to you by, Washington and shit. You got beat by Boston. You're saying we played Boston twice.
Right.
We at least beat them twice. You didn't even fucking beat them.
Yeah.
So, stop.
Yeah.
You can't
agreed.
beat Boston, so don't say my team's getting lucky.
Yeah.
There, I'm done. That's my rant.
Fair.
We at least beat the worst team in the league. Didn't lose to them. For once in my team's lifetime, we did that. Well, we did that at Shanghai in season 1, but that doesn't count. Because we were like 1A bad. So I think, you know what? I think that's going to do it for this one. The rant's over. Fucking bring the mayhem. All the hashtags for that one. Thanks a lot for all your support. Thanks to everybody on YouTube for watching. Thanks for all your subscribes, all the likes, all of the views and all that stuff. Please, if you're new, hit the like button, hit a subscribe. It brings us up in the rankings and all that kind of stuff. Gets it out to everybody, and we can talk more about it. The league with a whole bunch of different people. We love that. Thanks to everybody in podcast land. If you're on iTunes, please hit a review. That would be great. And any kind of review you can do on any of your podcasters of choice would be fantastic, whether it's Spotify or, whatever you're listening on. Thank you very much. We will see you guys on Friday with our pick show. We will talk to you later.
Catch you guys in the next one. Later.